Hello everyone and welcome to my April TBR. So April is of course a spring month, and spring is a time for new exciting things, new ideas, rebirth, growth and all of that kind of thing. So I thought it would be a really good idea to compile a TBR for this month made up pretty much entirely of new books, and I am so genuinely pumped for each and every book that I'm going to talk about in this video. So all of the books apart from one of them are either late March releases, April releases or very early May releases, and I'm so honestly stoked for every single one of them. So I'm going to get right on into it, and I'm going to start off with a comic that is definitely not a new release, but one of my real life best friends is hugely into comics and she recommended one of her favourite comics of all time to me this month, and that is Watchmen by Alan Moore. I think I've seen the film quite a few years ago, and she said compared to the original source material, the film is absolute crap. So I really need to read this. She said that it's absolutely amazing. It's like a game changer in the world of comics and things like that. So I'm really excited to read it, which I will be doing super soon so that I can get her copy back to her. But yeah, really looking forward to reading Watchmen this month. Now on to the new books that I hope to be reading this month. So one of those is Clean by Juno Dawson, and this is a release that comes out on the 5th of April, I think, so I don't think I will be getting a review up before that time, but hopefully I will not long after that. So this is about a woman who is a socialite, and she finds herself addicted to drugs. She finds herself in rehab, and I think it's literally just the story of her on her road to recovery. She obviously meets a lot of new people. I think she falls in love, and it's just about her learning to get her life back on track. It just sounds like a really powerful, insightful, inspiring story. So yeah, really excited to be reading this month. The next one comes out on the 19th of April, I think, and that is The Gloaming by Kirsty Logan. And I don't know too much about this. All I know is that it is a mermaid story with LGBT elements thrown in, and I know that Kirsty Logan is known for her very magical, whimsical, lyrical writing style, and I've not read one of her books before, so this will be my first of hers, but I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully I will be able to also jump on the Kirsty Logan bandwagon. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. The next one comes out on the 2nd of May, I think, and that is Our Kind of Cruelty by Araminta Hall. And this is a psychological thriller, and at the centre of this book is a dark, murderous love triangle. I think our main character is in love with a woman who is marrying somebody else, but this doesn't seem to stop him pursuing her, and I think it ultimately descends into murder. So it just sounds really exciting, and yeah, definitely something that I am really looking forward to reading really soon. The next one also comes out in early May, and that is Dead Girls by Abigail Tartolin, and this is the story of a young girl whose best friend is murdered, and she is really determined to find out who did this to her friend, and she uses a Ouija board to contact the spirit of her dead friend, and she also gets into contact with a few other young girls who have been murdered, and I think something dark and twisted happens from there. So yeah, really looking forward to reading this one super soon too. The next one will actually be my next read, because I need to read and review this book before this Friday, April 6th, because I'm going to be having a giveaway for this book, and that is The Goose Road by Rowena House. And this is a historical fiction novel set in World War I. We are following a young girl whose father has died in the war, and she promises to keep his farm going until her brother can come back from the war to help her. And I think this promise takes her on a journey to France for some reason, but it just sounds like a really lovely, emotional, historical fiction story. And as I said, I will be having a giveaway for this book on my channel this coming Friday, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much to the publisher Macmillan for sending this book to me and for allowing me to run this giveaway on my channel for my subscribers. So yeah, really super excited to get stuck into this really soon. The next one is another early April release, and that is 12 Nights by Andrew Zurcher. And this was actually one of my most anticipated releases for this year. This is a middle grade fantasy story, and I'm going to read you the back because I think that will probably explain it much better than I ever could. Kay's father is working late as usual. Fed up, her mother bundles her daughters into the car and drives to her husband's Cambridge college to collect him herself. When they arrive, the staff claim that nobody by his name has ever worked there. That night, Kay is woken by voices at her window, the voices of Will and Flip, who call themselves removers, but they are not human, and Kay shouldn't be able to see them, except she can. That sounds so intriguing, so mysterious, and I absolutely adore the look of this arc. So yeah, really, really hoping that the story inside is just as gorgeous. So yeah, looking forward to this one. The next one comes out on the 3rd of May, and this is actually an arc that I got in my recent Illumicrate, and I did read out the full blurb of it in that video, so I will leave a link to my unboxing video for my latest Illumicrate, and that is The Smoke Thieves by Sally Green. And apart from what I read out in that unboxing video, I don't know too much about it. I think it is the first in a new YA fantasy series, following 5 young people who come from different kingdoms, and I think they are bound by this kind of demon smoke kind of thing, and I think they ultimately stage some kind of uprising against their government or something like that. But this arc is just absolutely gorgeous. It's got bright purple pages, which is just so eye-catching. So yeah, really, really looking forward to getting into this super soon. And the last 3 books on my TBR for this month all actually came out in late March, and I'm really, really excited for all of them. So one of those is Out of the Blue by Sophie Cameron, and this was actually on my most anticipated releases for this year list. And this follows a story about a young girl whose mother has recently died, and all of a sudden these angels start falling from the sky, and all of these angels are dead, and one day a angel falls from the sky who is alive, and I think she starts learning how these falling angels are something to do with her mother's death or something like that. It sounds really strange, but really intriguing. So yeah, really looking forward to this one this month too. The next one is another book that was on my most anticipated releases for this year, and that is The Astonishing Colour of After by Emily XR Pan, and I'm just going to read you the back of this one. When Lee's mother dies by suicide, she leaves only a scribbled note, "I want you to remember." Lee doesn't understand its meaning and wishes she could turn to her best friend Axel, if only she hadn't kissed him and changed everything between them. Guided by a mysterious red bird, Lee travels to Taiwan to meet her grandparents for the first time. There, Lee retreats into art and memories where colours collide, the rules of reality are broken, and the ghosts of the past refuse to rest. But Lee is determined to unlock her family's secrets, to remember. It just sounds so beautiful. I remember when I first read the synopsis of this book months and months ago, before it came out, I thought that it sounded like a Jandy Nelson book, and I've never read another book quite like a Jandy Nelson book, so I'm hoping that this lives up to that expectation. So yeah, really looking forward to it. And the last book on my TBR for this month is a book that literally everyone and their mother is reading right now, and that is Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, I think is how it's pronounced. And I don't know too much about this. Literally the back, all it says is, "They killed my mother, they took our magic, they tried to bury us, now we rise." And that sounds so badass. I know that this is a YA fantasy set in West Africa, which is just so fascinating, and I've heard some absolutely incredible reviews for this so far. So yeah, really looking forward to reading this at some point, and obviously letting you guys know what I think about it. And that is it for my April TBR. What do you hope to be reading this month? Please let me know. I will leave all of my social media in the description down below. I hope you're having an awesome day, and I will see you very soon for another video. Bye bye.